Always remember your PPE, kid. Hello and welcome back. Next steps on the truck. I left it all strapped up. Don't know why, but I just did. And these are under. Wow. Yeah, they were under some pressure. Anyway, the plan is I'm going to put a longer bar in there, put the axle further down. I'm going to put some precision incisions in here, and here, to get rid of that bent bar, because the inner bar isn't actually bent. So I'm then going to put an incision in here, here and here behind the engine mount to then see if we can bend the chassis rail back straight. And I thought about putting one in here as well, because obviously this is where the impact was, but yeah, we'll just put some slits in it and then obviously weld it back up and then brace over the top. But if I'm going to put a new front end in, what have I got to lose? Always remember your PPE, kids. Right, there's the rest of this area here all stripped off. Time for the cut, the incision, the cut, and possibly cut. Damage. Right, that's the first cut done. So all of that, lovely and square. That, lovely and square. So, put these cuts in, incision down there, and we'll see how we get on. Right, so that is all the cutting done. See the incision down there, cut there. Look how far out that spun out, massive. Right, well let's see if it bends back. So I've actually made, bloody thing. I've actually made quite a heavy incision. I mean cut a chunk out of it, because I was just bending it back there and it was moving, but I couldn't quite see where it was. So I think I'll also get the motorhome moved just so I can see from a bit of a further back view. What do you reckon, viewers? Straighter? It's not straight, but is it straighter? What do you reckon, Dad?
Definitely straighter.
Definitely straighter.
Straighter than a banana.
Straighter than a banana. Stronger than a banana, not sure.
This is a straight banana.
Is that square?
It's got to be, because you gain.
It's got to be. Because in there, that's almost closed up completely. And as you lot saw, that was a large incision. I think that is as close as I'm going to get it without a whole new front end. You think, Dad?
Definitely.
Agreeing? Agreeing? Yeah, well, I reckon that'd do. Straighter than it was. So, gonna weld that up, leave it all braced up whilst it cools down, and then yeah, I think that's a successful cut and bodge. Right, I'm pretty happy with that. It's better than it was. Always think about your manual handling, kids. I'd have said that's other Stella. I'd have said that was a celebratory sip of Stella. Line that up with the bottom. I would have said that's very, very close to being straight. Obviously the bonnet, because it's still pushed inwards, so she's going to go over to GLB Racing, my mate Brad, for some extra gusseting, maybe a crossbar across the front of the engine between the intercooler and the engine that I can remove, and maybe we can get something in here to push that back out. Welded that nice slot up in there, done about 3 or 4 passes on it, just get as much in there as I can. But yeah, Brad's going to try and guss it over the top of it. We'll get it on full bump and see what room we've got. But yeah, pretty chuffed with that actually. Hopefully, won't be long and we're out sending it again. Anyway, cheers.